This weekend, Ryan is watching A Few Big Mistakes, Andy is converting life to plastic, and we solve puzzles as an M&M. I'm Ryan.
I'm Andy.
And this is Weekend Rental, episode 228.
Let the weekend rental unwind your mind, leave the real world far behind. Let the weekend rental unwind your mind, yeah, unwind your mind.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode. Andy, are you enjoying the tropical heat wave?
Oh, it's been amazing.
I like how we went from like blizzard last time we talked to like 85.
Yep. Green grass.
Well, mine's
Ready.
mostly dead still. I think that has more to do with the people I bought the house from than anything.
Yeah. You got work to do.
Yeah, definitely. We were already doing some. Like I had a big tree in the back that had like a bunch of like dead limbs that were widowmakers. So did some of that on Sunday. Got one down. Surprised I didn't break a window on the house with the way it fell. And then I got another one out and realized that like I'm standing on this ladder with like the old school like limb cutter. So it's like a 20-foot wooden and metal pole with like a saw on the end. And I'm trying to like maneuver this thing. And I'm like, three or 4 minutes into it, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to be here for like 20 minutes holding 20 pounds straight above my head and like trying to make this
Ooh.
work.
Mm-hmm.
So I just conceded and then went to Menards and bought the chainsaw and a stick thing. It did not have the reach, but I just cut what I could off because I tried to get up higher in the tree and damn near killed myself on like the full extending like roof ladder. And then I realized that like maybe crippling myself isn't worth this. So yeah, corrected course.
Yep. Those things are fun though. The little
Yeah.
pole saws.
I know. I was actually like, I didn't really need it, but I just like had the excuse and convinced Jill that we should get it, and I'm happy I did.
Yeah.
Chased
have a
down
lot
the
of-
kids in the neighborhood.
Yep. You could get them. You don't have to. You can close the distance faster.
Yep.
Yeah. We have a lot of pine trees in ours, and usually the type that they are, it's the ones where all the limbs underneath are all dead, so you have to
Sure.
cut them off as they go up. So there's a never-ending supply of anytime I want to go out there, I can take a pole saw and cut some stuff
Yeah.
down. So
That's nice. I was a little bit annoyed though. Like I got home with that thing and like nowhere on the packaging at all. And maybe I'm an idiot and just should have known this. That it's like must add chainsaw like lubricant not included. I'm like, F you. I just got home. So then I had to drive back, buy the damn bottle of lube. It's like, come on, give me a starter amount. I mean,
yeah,
that's bullcrap.
yeah,
But yeah, I figured it'll be a handy tool, and then I can always pop the end off, take it with me camping, and I'll have a little campfire wood cutter, so
hmm
it'll work out. But yeah, I'm not really looking forward to spring and summer and all the yard work that has to come yet.
no.
I mean, I guess it's
have
better
to-
than snow removal, right?
yeah, I'm in the market for a mower because I have another place to mow in the summer now, and
Yeah.
I think I'm going to bring that one down there. So I need a new main one.
Yeah. I'm also looking to upgrade my mower because my trial run of is electric worth it is yes, but then I should not have bought the cheapest, crappiest one I could, so I need to upgrade that to a proper one.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
maybe if you want a secondhand, cheap, crappy electric one, I can hook you up. It'll just take you a lot of passes.
Yep, yep. I keep looking at the robotic ones, but I just don't think that's.
Yeah.
I don't think it's there yet.
No, it feels like it's gonna run over a kid's toy or foot, or I just don't trust it enough.
Yeah.
I was actually watching a video because a guy in the cities area of Minnesota had invested in, I forget what the brand is, but they've got a machine now that's like a snow blower, a leaf blower, and a mower all in one. But like, man, it's like $3,000 to get into the base unit, and then like he was showing all the maintenance he had to do on the snowblower and stuff, and I was just like, that is not worth the amount of money you're putting into that.
No, and realistically, how much snow is that thing going to handle? I mean,
right. It's like 4 inches max it could do without bottoming out.
yeah, the robotic mowers work because it's a couple razor blades that do your yard all week long, pretty
Right.
much, you know.
100%. Yeah, I've looked at those too and really thought about it, and then I always kind of just decide it's not worth the money. Although
Yeah.
they're getting more affordable, right? Like 700, you can get into like a base model now.
Yeah.
So
About 10% of my yard's like a kind of a big ditch that I'm just not like,
that it would
I don't
struggle.
know, having your robotic mower out by the road without really having visibility on it too. It's
Yeah.
probably not great.
And then how good is it at sensing water? Like if you get a big rain, is it gonna just like dunk itself and fall in?
Yeah.
Like you
That's
gotta
true.
wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what you been up to since we talked last?
I've had a pretty exciting week actually.
Yeah.
So when we had our swap meet, um, I was pretty interested in using the funds from that as a 3D printer for a 3D
Yes.
printer.
Yes.
And I was talking to our friend Danton quite a bit about, hey, which model I should get, that type of stuff. I ultimately held off because I have a habit of getting into things and then going full bore in it and then stopping. So I was like, okay, let's just cool the jets on this,
Sure.
see if it's something that you keep on. Then we went to the casino last weekend.
You bet it all on
'Cause we were-
black.
Uh, a various amount of different slot machines, and we did pretty well. But yeah, the thing that I sent you is crazy that
Yeah.
there is a whole set of Bomberman slot machines in this small town Minnesota slot, casino. And you have to think, I mean, it's all night. It was like older people playing on it. It's like
Right.
they have no idea who this
Not
guy
a
is.
clue.
They're just like, oh, this cute guy he's bombing my cards or whatever, my slots. But it was kind of fun because the bonus actually was kind of Bomberman-ish, where it would like throw bombs on the slot machines and then blow up different bricks.
Oh,
And
cool.
those would open up. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah, that's such a wild tie-in. I mean, I suppose it makes sense because all that stuff's probably manufactured over in that area, but yeah.
Yeah, and
What
Konami
a-
makes it. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that makes sense then.
yeah.
No Silent Hill or
No,
Solid
that'd be
Snake.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they've made Castlevania ones, which maybe makes
Maybe.
sense because it's more of a generic like Dracula thing that
Yeah.
people recognize.
General people
right?
understand that, right?
Yeah,
But you actually came up
Yeah.
ahead then, huh?
yeah. We walked out of there with $800 pretty much. So
Jesus. That's
it was
amazing.
pretty nice. Yeah, I've never been that good, and it was just consistent. So
Nice.
walked out of there and said, okay, now we're buying a 3D printer.
So what'd you go with?
And that's what I did. Yeah, I got a Bamboo Labs P2S, which is the same line that Danton recommended, and yeah, it's been pretty amazing. It's been running nonstop for 4 or 5 days now since we've had it.
Okay, what are you making? I'm curious.
There's a couple things in the background here. Those little plates up there, Pokemon thing. So there's art stuff like that, but
Sure.
we've fixed a few things by printing our own washers and stuff that we were looking to, just never got around to getting something for those. Right now it's in the process of doing a small little stool, like those collapsible stools.
Okay.
We're gonna bring that with
trust
to
that?
MGC. We're gonna see. We're
Okay.
gonna bring it to MGC just for my youngest to be able to look up over pinball tables better, maybe. So
Oh, sure.
yeah.
No,
But
butt
no, it's
plugs
been
so
fun.
far.
No, not yet.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Can I put
Well,
in
you
a
got to
custom
sand
order?
those down. You got to sand those down, and yeah.
Some people like the ridges. It's fine.
Yeah. How many layers can you take?
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, that's pretty cool. Was it pretty like straightforward to set up and stuff too?
yeah, I mean it's enough where you couldn't just take it out of the box and know what you're doing, but
Right.
you have to follow the instructions. But it was easy enough to get it set up and going, and it is so much faster than my old one, and I can just be on my phone, find something on the app, just
Send it
say
to the
print,
machine.
and it does it.
Nice.
I don't have to. I mean, before you would have to put it on an SD card, bring it over there, probably adjust a bunch of the settings because my bed was in terrible shape or just like out in the open compared to a lot of these that are enclosed now.
Sure.
And you'd spend about an hour just making sure the base layers got good.
And you can do multiple filament colors in this one.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it comes with a little thing on top that you put different spools in and it retracts them, and it's kind of
Nice.
crazy how that works.
How many different spools can you have?
I can do up to 5 on this one.
Wow,
So, yep.
that's awesome. So next year you're going to be at these swap meets just selling like your 3D printed artwork and dragons and
No,
oxalatos and like everybody's doing.
no, I don't think so. My kids bug me enough about things that they want done in it, but
I'm sure. That's
the
pretty cool
wild
though.
world of fidgets.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's pretty popular with the kids. 3D
Hmm.
fidgets, 3D printed fidgets. Maybe you can give them a side hustle, manufacture a bunch and have them sell them at school, and good
Yep.
work.
I told them to be careful. This thing prints out like this rubbery one. You can buy filament that's kind of rubbery, and you can
Okay.
like print out your own shoes. I said I'm gonna print your shoes and make you go to school in that.
There's like knockoff croc designs out there essentially.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Curious to see what
Yeah.
you come up with on that because you've mostly just done prefab designs, not really like custom yet too much.
Right. Yeah. And I think I know my way around CAD a little bit to be able to maybe figure out some stuff that if I had to make something,
Sure, that's pretty
which
sweet.
I,
I've
yep.
I've thought about it, but I just know that I think I would fall off immediately after getting it, and just plus I don't really have room for a printer. Maybe
Yeah.
when I get the
Well,
basement finished.
it's got that thing where right now it's like a phase where it's like, oh, it's not running. I'm wasting time, right? Like I got to get
Sure,
something in there.
it needs to be manufacturing things at all times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, I didn't do anything nearly that exciting since we last talked. I did go to the Vintage Fest that Fargo had, not last weekend, but the weekend before,
Mm.
because Mobile Game World was going to be there. So I was like, well, I'll go check that out. I actually went with Nate, and it was what I expected. It was a lot of just like hipster 20 somethings shopping for clothes. It was mostly clothes, right? They had like some
Yep.
cool art display areas with like retro technology, and it was like, ooh, a Virtual Boy, ooh, a Game Boy, ooh, Rob. I'm like, I could just go back home and look at all this stuff for free. But
Yeah.
um, there were a couple of sellers that had some video game and like geeky toys and stuff, but not really much of anything. I would say 90% of it was clothes that were horribly overpriced for like old band t-shirts and
Hmm.
Jinko jeans if you wanted to get back into those. Um, I did pop by Mobile Game World's booth a little bit, but they were swamped, so I didn't really get to talk to them. And I just bought stuff off them or looked at their stuff at the swap, so it wasn't much
Yeah.
for me to grab. But I would say for $8, I probably don't need to go to that again because I didn't pick up anything, neither did Nate. So just
Yeah.
walked around for an
Mm.
hour and was like, neat, and then we left. But man, that place was
I
packed. Like
really.
line out the door. We were there and leaving an hour and a half after it started, and the line was still like damn near down the block. Like it was crazy.
Jeez. See, that's the part that I don't understand is like there's not, at least I don't see it. Is there like stores like this? Like there's
Uh,
not many out there that are
no,
focused kind of like in that area,
right.
right?
like rag stock, maybe, but didn't they go out of
Maybe.
business in most places? I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a really sweet vintage Pokemon VCR that I desperately wanted, but there was no price on it. And I'm sure like I'm just like this
Mm.
guy's gonna want $100. Like I'm not gonna do that.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. It was fun to check out, but definitely not my thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh. And that's like a traveling thing, right? Like it
Right, they
goes
go
to
all over the
other
place.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting once, I guess. Like if the admission had been like just a couple bucks, it'd be a different story. But like I think day of it was like 11 or 12, and
Hmm.
I got early bird for 8, and I thought that was too much. But now I know. I guess I think it's been in town other places too, but I think it's been like an outdoor thing at like the cider house. Like I don't think it's ever been where it was, which is that West Fargo hockey arena thing. So, which is
Oh,
also where they
pretty
do like
big.
the indoor sales. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But other than that, I haven't been doing much except watching a ton of TV and movies. So,
Oh, yeah.
and I watched Pizza Movie. Don't really. It's not on my list. We don't really need to talk about it that much. It's exactly what you think it is, and it's probably funnier than you would expect. I'd recommend giving it a
Okay.
watch. It's very stupid. It's essentially
Yeah.
the same plot as Harold and Kumar, except instead of getting high, they just take a psychedelic. It's a little more bonkers. But I did watch um, that new One Piece season 2 all the way through, and that was very very good. I love that show. Like it gets so
Yeah.
good. Like I was just kind of bummed when we got to the last episode because I'm like, man, I just want to keep binging this.
Yeah. I think we're about halfway through. We got, we just finished the one with the Giants,
Oh yeah,
whatever that one is.
yep.
Um, and man, I every episode, I just say, I appreciate how they do not give a shit
Mm-hmm.
about trying to modernize or like smooth the edges from an
Right.
anime over to live action. They're just like, nope, this is what it is. You
Yeah,
know.
and just like every time a villain's like calling card comes on screen, they just like slap it out of the way and stuff. Like it's so
You
great.
know?
And then everyone just sticks to the stupidest hair. Like that guy, that number 3 on that episode you watched, he's just got like the hairdo. I'm like, this is the most ridiculous looking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing that it's, yeah, every single person in there has to have a different hair of some sort, you know.
Yeah,
And then yeah, smoker having 2 cigars pretty much half the time. It's
yeah, that guy.
and a bandolero of cigars. It's good.
Yeah, yeah. It stays consistently good from there too. So I'm very excited for season 3, which they said is coming. So hopefully they
Yeah.
don't pull a Netflix and like back out at some point. But
Yeah, I think I mean, if the amount of advertising for that, it
yeah,
has to be pretty big.
I mean it's got a
This might be,
Popeyes meal. So
yeah, exactly. It kind of crazy that that's what made it come over in a big way, right? Is a Netflix show.
right, right.
Because it's always been there. I mean, there's always been the One Piece people that was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was overwhelming to ever think that you could get into that in the first place. I guess maybe that's part of it, but
Well, yeah, they compiled all that stuff onto Netflix now. It's like 36 seasons. It's like holy shit.
yeah,
Like, and I'm sure that's not accurate. I'm sure it's like weird different runs that they've like bundled together. But yeah, it's a amazing show. It makes me really sad that Cowboy Bebop never got to keep going.
yeah,
'Cause I think that could have evolved in a very good way.
yeah,
I think this is better though, for sure.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, they do. They do a really good job, and there's there even the acting is like not anything that you see a character ever act like, right?
Yeah,
Like the guy who plays Luffy and the way he plays something is like there's nobody acting that character in anything I've ever seen.
yeah, he really nails it. I'm not in love with the chef guy. I forget his name now. Like the
Yeah.
longer the season goes on, the more kind of annoying I find his character, but he's still okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, the finale is good. You'll like it. We, I think well, my son didn't keep watching it. He watched the first season with us, but the rest of us sat through it, and Did a couple episodes a night till we got through. So
Yeah. Hmm.
pretty good stuff. I also sat through that Malcolm reboot, which I don't know about that. Like the whole point of Malcolm was like it didn't have continued storylines and like it was episodic and zany and maybe instead of just doing 4 30-minute episodes, they just did it as a movie, which I think is what they originally intended to do.
Hmm.
It was fine. It mostly centers around Hal. And I totally forgot in the ending that Lois was pregnant. So then,
Oh, I didn't remember that.
yeah, and I didn't remember that they had a fourth son. So they got 4 sons and this new daughter, um, who is, I don't know if it's because it's Disney, but she's like non-binary. Like
Hmm.
I feel like maybe Disney, because everything Disney has to have one of those. I mean, she's fine as a character; it doesn't bother me, but like it's interesting. But not a lot of laughs. It's mostly just kind of like dark and mean spirited in comparison to the rest of like how I feel like the show. Like the show is dark and mean spirited, but like this is in a way that's almost
But in like a brotherly way, right?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
yes.
This is like Malcolm hates his family and wants nothing to do with them, and like I don't
Yeah.
know. And Hal's like heartbroken over it, and yeah. But I don't know. It was still
I
fun
caught
to
a
see
lot
those
of that
characters.
on reruns, so I don't know. I could, if even if you said there was a through line, I don't think I would have been able to follow it too much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I watched maybe like the middle couple seasons as it aired, but yeah, most of it for me was reruns too. So,
mhm.
but I think they did the right thing with like focusing the character on Cranston because like he's obviously became the star of that show anyway, and he's the most notable name still. So, it was pretty good. It was interesting to see Stevie in there because he's like, well, Stevie's gay apparently, and has like the giant like extended hoops in his ears, which is like
Oh,
so weird
huh.
to see what what his character was in the show and just see him like now as like kind of like a weirdo hipster like Portlandia type character
Huh.
who still talks painfully slow, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the show that did the circle under your waist thing, right?
I don't know. Oh yeah, with the punching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was from that, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. I don't know if they started it,
Yeah.
but like for sure it was an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, forgot that became a thing, didn't it? Yeah, so I don't know about that one. Take it or leave it, I'd say. I was very hyped on it, and I was kind of like, whatever. After I sat through it,
That's a long time, right? Between, I mean, when it stopped?
yeah.
15 years at least. Maybe
Well,
20?
probably 20. I'm trying to think because I bet it wrapped before the end of. I bet it wrapped before 2000, right? Maybe not. But yeah, they only had 7 seasons, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, very long time. And they got everybody back. Reese he looks very weird, like the way I've watched him in interviews, and he looks more like the Reese you remember than he does in the show. In the show, he just kind of looks like maybe he's strung out like drug addict who just is like homeless or something. But it's interesting.
They should have had like Aaron Paul be in it or something, just as another character.
Just
Bring in some
random.
Breaking Bad people.
Yeah, that would have been a great cameo. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah, that would have been cool to see. He could have easily played like even just like a supporting like background character just to be like, oh, we saw him.
Yep.
Yeah. I see you've been playing a game that I was very excited about for a while there and haven't gone back to.
I'm atop the leaderboard.
Are you really?
Yeah,
You're into the meta now, like min maxing, and
no, I just saw how many guys you killed and I topped you, so.
it wouldn't take much. I've had very few good runs, and I never really spent enough time to get in there.
Yeah. We're talking about Megabonk, which, if you're unaware, we've talked about it before. It's like a 3D Vampire Survivors type thing.
Yes.
Uh, Low poly kind of PS1 type graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I was pretty hot on it for a while, and then I hit a kind of zone where I was not gaining anything in between runs for a while. And
Sure.
the upgrades got pretty expensive. And they do get longer as you have to keep going through the different worlds
Right.
to
Through the
actually
portals.
really, yeah, to actually build up anything that then it's like, this is not
Took me like 2 hours
really.
to realize you could do the portals. Like I just thought you left the level once you, or you just sat there and died like in Vampire
Yeah,
Survivors. So
yeah,
like I stumbled across it on accident.
yeah. It took me a while too, and I'm still not sure how to like. Sometimes you can find it, like it'll tell you where the portal is.
Yeah.
I still don't know how that happens, but
I think you have to like it has to visually appear in your line of sight, even if you don't notice it, and then it appears on the map. I
okay,
think is how it works.
okay, that's what it is then. Yeah, yeah, and there's just some guys there that it's really hard to pull off a good run
Yeah.
at all. Like
You usually know in
they're
the first
starting
10
stuff.
minutes if you're wasting your time or not.
Yeah. You just don't upgrade as fast as like Vampire Survivors where you can get into a build fast enough, I think.
Right. Yeah, and then sometimes you get a build that you're like, oh, I'm on a roll, I'm unstoppable, and like your early couple minutes are great, and then you get fucked by like the wave and the mid-level boss,
Yep.
and then you just lose it all. It's just so frustrating.
Yep.
I feel like it's a lot more stop and start, at least for me, it has been.
Yeah. And the main progression is like you have to finish these quests, which are oftentimes like use this so many times and get this up to a level, and it's a lot of stuff that you have to remember as you're playing it, and it's kind of annoying. I wish there was like a pinned thing that you could put on the side of the screen to be like, these are your next things that you want to hit or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's been times where I'll be like, I'll have a book leveled up to 5 or something, and then I'll go out there and say the quest was like, oh, you have to bring it to level 7. It's like, oh, well, that would have been nice to know.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely captures like the like fever pitchness though, I think, of Vampire Survivors, of like when you're really on a roll and like hitting the upgrades you like it's got that same like satisfaction, but yeah, I don't know that I'm as into like the underneath mechanics where like I feel like in Vampire Survivors it pretty clearly, I mean this game spells stuff out too, but like it's a little easier to comprehend. In Megabunk I feel like to get truly good at it to where you're like breaking the game requires like actual research. Like you're not just gonna like look at a
Yeah.
stat box and be like, okay, I'm gonna check that one off. Like, it's not gonna work.
And I feel like you almost have to have a area effect thing, like the circle around you type thing.
Yeah,
Some damage that hits everybody that's just around you.
yeah,
Because the waves, yeah, if you're just doing like guns and swords and stuff like that, the waves are just impossible because they're all directional a lot of times.
yeah. I think you're right. And like all the like players I've watched that like go for like score maxing, like that's kind of how they get there. Is you get to the end of the level and then you just like fly around jumping like a crazy person, and like your AOE stuff continues to kill for you while you're avoiding
Yeah.
damage. So
Yeah. Huh.
yeah, it's pretty
Well,
neat though. I think like it scratches that itch.
yeah, I think so. But the other 3D Vampire Survivors like is out now too. And it looks like you played some of it.
I did. I wasn't planning on getting to it in time for the podcast, but I quickly remembered why I've always been pissed off at our weekend rental, and I hit a wall, and I was like, nope. So I downloaded I downloaded Vampire Crawlers because I'm such a Vampire Survivors fan. I don't think this game is going to hit me the same way.
Yeah.
I'm not really into roguelike stuff like this or deck building, but I did. I think I've done 3 runs, and I got to a Reaper already.
Oh
Very,
wow.
very fun if you really loved like I can't imagine this appealing nearly as much to anyone if they weren't like a massive fan of Vampire Survivors, because like the jokes are there, the power-ups are all the same. Like I mean there's
Yeah.
variations in the gameplay, but like that's the aesthetic, and like it just very much has that like, all right, one more run. Gameplay is obviously more strategic, being a deck builder and like kind of a dungeon explorer, so it's not just you've got more to do than just wander around in a circle or look for a power up on the floor, I guess. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I I can't imagine I'll like it more than Vampire Survivors, but I'm also still not at that point where like I'm learning how to break the game, which is the game. So take it for what it's worth. My first 40 minutes with it though have been enjoyable, I will say.
Yeah, that's about what I have into it now too. I think I did 2 runs, and yeah, it's I don't think even the developers are going to be like this is going to take off more than
Right.
Survivors because
Yeah.
it's for what it is. It's pretty simplistic too. I mean,
Right. I mean, the most
for the
depth is
most part,
like
from what I've seen,
stacking your play in the right order and not accidentally clicking
yeah,
something wrong. Is
yeah,
yeah,
it's just combo. Yeah, it's just yeah, comboing your cards in the right order, which
yeah.
it's all right for
I
that. But
I do like the golden axe-ish bonus gnome though that you just like huck cards at.
yeah,
It's
play
pretty.
Gambit for a quick second.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I get a lot of satisfaction out of that. But yeah, I mean the gameplay loop is. But I mean, how do you say the gameplay loop is shallow and repetitive when you're comparing it to its predecessor, which is the same shit except it gets bigger over time. So I don't know.
Right. But yeah, I just don't think this type of game is ever going to have the I'm unstoppable type
Right.
moment that Vampire Survivors is. I
Yeah.
think the clear winner of that genre of that type of game, you know.
Yeah. That's for sure. I keep thinking too, I'm gonna like magically find a secret by just like smacking my head into everything that's not like an interacting
Yeah.
object. So like I'm hitting my head on trees and bushes and stumps, and so far nothing has happened. But I have to imagine at some point that will work for me. So
Yeah. There's a upgrade I got that shows those things on the map, like all the different
oh,
things that you
okay,
can hit.
nice. I played the like 3/4 of that opening stage before I realized that the right analog stick pivots you the way you're facing.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just doing I was just doing the left one. I was like, it's weird that I can't like look the direction I want to go. And then I realized quickly that I'm a moron and figured that out.
You're electric sliding through the dungeon.
Yes. Part of me wants I should go into the control settings because I think I've been playing it on the Switch too. I think the ultimate way to play that would be to like map your like draw buttons and discard buttons to the shoulder buttons instead of having to like take my right thumb off.
Mm,
And
yeah.
maybe there's a way to do that. I'll have to look at the settings, but yeah, I would say my greatest joy out of it is just like it's more Vampire Survivor stuff. But
Yeah. It is interesting to like to have those type of weapons. You see all that stuff, and then but
yeah,
also you can just kind of go around the dungeon at whatever pace you want to, and
yeah,
not really be hassled until you decide to. You know.
yeah. And I haven't figured out if there's like strategy to like just avoiding some of like the lower level people. I mean, I suppose you want the XP, but like I haven't tried leaving some and just going straight for the boss.
Yeah. I haven't beat any of the. I mean, I've beaten a few floors, but I don't think I've beat the final boss in any of the locations yet. But
Okay. Yeah, I just had the one run where I did, and then Reaper came out, hit me once, and
yeah.
life was gone, as you'd
Hmm.
expect.
I wonder how that will work with um like if you combine cards to get the real things, you know, like the combo
Like the
weapons.
evolved.
I don't know.
Have you not
Yeah,
evolved one yet?
no,
Oh yeah.
I
So
didn't know you
you,
could.
yeah, you can get a chance. I don't know if I got it from one of like the powered up enemies or if I got it from a box. But if I had the right combo of weapons and I could select one of the cards was evolve, and yeah, it evolves in the
Oh,
same way except it's like random because it's a card that you have to be dealt. And
huh.
then I had like a very overpowered blue wand that I most of the time didn't even use because by the time I would like stack the cards in order, they'd die on the first two, and I never even got to the powerful one. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it also has a problem with. I quickly found out that the first runs are going to be bare bones. I'm going to cash out on everything and get the
yes,
money
yes,
because that's what you need to make the upgrades that you're going to need
yeah.
to get anywhere in this game. So,
I don't like the 4x3 aesthetic either. I get it to some extent, but like there's so much screen real estate for like stats on it. Like half your screen is stats. It's just like,
Yeah.
couldn't I have had like a widescreen mode and you like layered this on the bottom? I don't know. But I get they're going for like kind of an old PC dungeon crawler vibe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, at least I'll give them credit. They came in at $10 again. I mean, that's still dirt cheap for a game like that. I mean, Vampire Survivors with all the DLC and everything's probably like 13. So
Yeah.
you know, credit to them
Which I
for
haven't
keeping it
gone
affordable.
back.
I've only
The
played the free
Castlevania one's
DLC.
out, right?
Yeah, it's all out. I've only ever grabbed the free stuff because I mostly played on mobile to be honest. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, maybe in a couple weeks when I've sunk more time into it, we can talk to it better. But so far,
Yeah.
I'm not upset with my purchase. But yeah, I don't think it's comparing to its older brother.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I mean the only other one that I've been playing is I dipped my toe into Hades 2 a little bit because that's been on Game Pass
Game
now.
Pass. Hey, cheaper now.
Um,
You're paying $8 less. So
yeah, it's yeah, that whole thing where if I was Phil Spencer, I would be pissed pissed off that the company forced up, like a huge price increase, and then
yeah,
he had to basically get cut out of the company, and then they're like, "Whoops,
you
yeah, that was
fucked up.
bad."
Yeah, and like I get that there's like no day one Call of Duty, but also it's $85 less a year, so you can still get your Call of Duty day one and
Yeah,
for the same price.
it's a good option. Yes.
Yeah, I don't feel like. I mean, maybe there's a subset of people that are like, I will get Game Pass just so I can get that on day one, also. But that's probably not like a huge chunk, right? I don't
Right.
know.
I I wonder how much crossover was anyway for that,
Yeah,
you know, because that has to be the thing where they run the numbers and be like, well, the people who buy Call of Duty are gonna buy Call of Duty anyway, and they
right,
weren't necessarily doing it through Game Pass.
right.
So
Yeah, I'm sure it was easy math to be like, oh, we will offset this revenue by like X amount and then some. So
yeah,
I mean, and it's still coming to Game Pass just a year later.
yeah.
But yeah, how is Hades
No.
2?
It's it's one of those games that that developer in particular push it like I can handle a decent amount of like flourish and story and stuff like that, but that one they put so much stuff into that.
Oh,
And they
really?
do a good job, at least in from their previous games, they do a good job of making a lot of that optional, but at the same time it's there, so then you think you have to do it, right?
Right. You're not just like spamming the skip dialogue button.
Not really. I've only done probably 3 runs in it, I think, so I'm not too far in it. Not enough to say like how good of the other stuff there is, but it's very much um, just like Hades one.
Sure.
Go out there and do the things. High
Yeah,
high action.
I have yet to check out the first one. I always wanted to, and then just never got around to it. So, was that day and date on Xbox Game Pass, or has it been out for a while?
It's been out for a while now, so and it was in early access for a while too, I want to say. But yeah, it just came last week. Game Pass has been, boy, I don't know. There's been a lot of games on there that I would like to play. I
Yeah.
do not have the time to play.
Yeah, I've actually been meaning to try Cyberpunk finally, but
Hmm.
I'm just like, one, I can't play that cloud. I have to install it, and for me to like initiate the download, leave my console on, like it'll probably be off Game Pass before I even remember to do it. So
I mean, why they have it over Christmas? Nothing happened for like a month. Nothing put on there, and then it was like,
right,
now it's Hades 2. There's Cyberpunk. There's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
yeah,
Just these big games that
got to
game
get
of the year
ready for the
contenders.
summertime out of school crowd, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I played a new release on there too, and that was that Meat Boy 3D, Super Meat Boy 3D. And I feel very much about that the same way I feel about like Dadish going 3D. It's like it is a natural evolution to go from 2D to 3D, but those are not the types of games that necessarily benefit from that perspective. There is a lot of like, I did nothing different. Why did I die in that? That I
Ooh.
find incredibly frustrating. Because I feel like the thing with Meat Boy, especially, was always like, okay, I understand what I did wrong, but like some of the angles they make you take and the 3D space you have to traverse, it's just like needlessly frustrating. And I think they do a better job of it than most, but it's still hard to like recommend this over any of the 2D stuff. So I
Yeah.
kind of
I
fell
mean,
off.
yeah, I didn't give that one even a chance because I saw that and be like, that's cool for what it, that's a crazy idea that they're doing. I don't
Yeah.
want any part of that because
Yeah. And they do
if they're
stuff
bringing the
like,
difficulty to a 3D space, that's just
yeah.
rough.
And they are, and like they try to like do like a little ring on the ground, like when you're in the air, so you know where you're spatially at. But like it doesn't necessarily help because like so much of that game is momentum based. That it's like,
Mm.
okay, by the time I realize like where I'm at in the situation, I've already overshot. So I don't know. There were a couple levels in particular where I just like spent 30 deaths in the same little corridor, not understanding the difference in how I moved or what I did to like end up in different spots. And yeah,
Did
not
did you
my
play a
favorite.
lot of the original,
I
like
played
the
quite
2D
a bit
ones?
of the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I wasn't like, I never beat it or anything, but I did sink quite a few hours into it. They always get to a point where it's like, this is more frustrating than fun.
Yeah. I think that's where I got on it too, where it's like it's fun to see all the deaths, but then when you see a 5 minute movie of it, it's like, well,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
just a bloodbath. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a good candidate for Game Pass, right? Because I would have never touched this otherwise. So
Hmm.
I haven't heard many people talking about it either. It seems like my feedback on the 3D perspective is mostly shared. I think it did have pretty positive reviews, but it seems like it kind of like came out and everybody's on to something new
Hmm.
now. And speaking of something new, but also old, we got a weird announcement out of SNK last week that they're just remanufacturing the Neo Geo AES and selling it for way, way less than
Yeah.
you can even get the original console for.
Somebody in the company was on eBay one day and they're like, they're selling this shit for how much?
Right.
Well, we could do that.
Yeah. So the Neo Geo, the AES Plus is coming out, which is just the home console version. The Neo Geo AES was the home console version of the MVS back in the day, the arcade cabinet. And it sounds like this thing's going to launch at 250 and fully like it's actual hardware, not FPGA, and it'll fully compatible with all the old stuff, the memory cards, the controllers, the games, which they're also re-releasing and manufacturing some of the games. I think 10 are
Yeah.
coming out at launch for $70 a piece, which is cheaper than a lot of them go for, the US versions at least.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and this is a console that I've always wanted. And this is about the same kind of thing that happened to me with the Vectrex. Like about the time I was ready to pull the trigger on them, they went from like $300 consoles to six, like loose. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I more than likely will probably pre-order one of these. I'm really torn though because like if I get it, I want like the original looking one for 250. But it's such a bad value because if you buy the limited edition like anniversary white edition for 350, you get Metal Slug, you get the memory card, and you get the upgraded wireless joystick. So it's like, but I don't want the white. But at the same time, it's like I'm gonna spend so much more buying the accessories
It's
for the other one.
right for the value. Yeah.
And
I mean,
I'm
at the end of the day, it's cheap.
yeah,
It's a lot less than I thought it would be. I mean, they,
yes.
for something like this, I feel like they could have said, well, it's a luxury thing, so this is the price.
But I think they couldn't do that because they've diluted their brand so much because they had the Neo
Hmm.
Geo X Gold, then they relaunched the MVS, then they had for years now the micro consoles with all the games baked in, that you could get for a fraction of this price.
So yeah,
So
those little
had they
arcade
just
pods. Yeah.
had they just like kept it, like had they not hoarded out to the extent that they did, I think they could have asked 400, 500 for this, and it would have still been
Hmm.
a hot topic. I just think the fact that like they're doing it the way they are and having it be fully compatible is pretty awesome. And like the play with these things, for anyone who doesn't know, is always like you get the console, then you buy like the bootleg 250 in one cartridge, and then you're done. It's kind of, or you can be a
Yeah.
psychopath and like collect all the original loose cartridges, but you're gonna bleed yourself dry. So
Well, I think that's kind of the interesting part is seeing that community right now to be like having an absolute meltdown on, their
yeah,
$2,000 cartridges,
right,
worried about their value. And I don't think that, I don't think that's going to cause anything. Like, you
right,
can emulate this shit. You could do a whole bunch of stuff like this. You could buy the cart, the people
yeah,
that do it. Everybody's done it. I think at the end of the day, this is not going to dilute like what the original one is, right?
yeah. I would be. It'd be really fun to see if they would possibly get in the position of like partnering and doing like some new original cartridges through
Mm.
SNK that
Hmm.
were like either fan backed and sponsored with them, or because there's still people releasing games for that thing. I mean, they're outrageously expensive to get off of like third party markets, but it'd be fun to see that. Yeah, I was like blown away by this, and I think I will probably be on board. I've been holding off on pre-ordering just because taking a vacation here, but I think this will probably end up in my console collection because it's just one I've always wanted to have, and those
Yep.
games are so good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up some of the games for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because you actually have the original AES, so you're set on hardware.
Yeah,
Those
which
wireless like Joy-Con, like the smaller controllers too, are pretty sweet for 60 each.
do they work? They work with the original then?
Yeah.
I guess it would all be the same thing, right? So
Yep. Yeah, they
yeah,
should be backwards compatible. So
that would be interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
It's funny too because like 90% of that our library is just lost on me because I don't play fighting games. So it's just like I'm just there for like the handful of Metal Slugs and like action games that they put out and like the shooters. But yeah,
Do you think at some point other companies look at this and are like, hmm? I could see Sega doing this because they're pretty much at their end of like,
yeah,
we put this on everything, so why not try this? But maybe Nintendo at some point,
yeah,
actually just going back and being like, here's NES carts again.
right. Yeah, it's tough to say. I think they had a little bit of an advantage here because they beat analog to the punch, right? Like Sega has not. Like the
Yep,
premium, the premium Sega Genesis is out there already, but like nobody had touched SNK.
that's true. Yeah.
But I mean, there's still like what will it be when it hits people's hands, right? Because like they said a lot of great stuff about the Neo Geo X Gold too, and the build quality on that was less than stellar, and the delivery of games was almost non-existent. When they released new packs of games for certain people, including me, it bricked their consoles to where I had to
Mm.
ship it off. And like, so they're talking a really good game. I'm just curious to see what the rundown will be once hardware's in people's hands and they can test it with different things. I also didn't understand the point of the memory card because they said that now it'll internally store and save high scores. So why do you need the card? Am I
Hmm.
missing something? Not sure. Maybe I misread.
Yeah, I don't get that. That's kind of the what I'm wondering is like something has to I can't imagine they can get all of the original chips,
Right. And they said they couldn't get
you
the
know?
exact ones, but they got like the modern equivalent of them. Because
Okay.
apparently it uses like a lot of the standard Motorola chips that were around back then, which are still in circulation. They're not the exact ones, but built
Huh.
to modern standards. So yeah, yeah, you gotta wonder like, will clock speeds and everything be identical, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're scaling it to HDMI, so there's that too. Like, what is that going to do? Are they going to get that
Yeah.
right? Will be your screen tearing, and there's a real chance that this still comes out and is inferior to the actual hardware. Probably a better than likely chance that it's off in some way.
That there's something, yeah. Especially for the price that they're trying to shoot for,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Still really cool though. I mean,
yeah.
out of
Wild.
nowhere.
I think that's like this is this is the big hurrah though. Like what do you
Yeah.
do after that? You know, like
Yeah.
more games, I suppose. There's got to be a lot of MVS games that never got AES ports,
Yeah. But I mean,
you
then
know.
there's the converters for that, right?
Yeah,
And
for
you can
sure.
get flash carts now. I'm sure if you on like Timu or AliExpress, you can get a bootleg flash cart. You know, they can put an SD card in for $200. So
Yeah.
it used to be so
Wouldn't that be
expensive.
hilarious if they figured that out? That they'd be like, "Oh, this flash card's still working."
They block it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would suck. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty neat. I need to make my mind up on it and figure out which version to go with.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I get the white, right? Like something special, but also like I don't want that on my shelf necessarily. But yeah, I don't know any other.
They should have made it red, you know?
Oh,
Just
actually, that's true. That's like yeah, the MV
like an
like
MVS.
yeah,
Put the MVS
MVS.
buttons, the colored buttons on it. That would have been
Yeah, and do the
awesome.
stripe pattern. That'd be sweet. That would be sweet. I think that gets us to staff picks. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Mine is a board game that I recently picked up called Hot Streak, and it's one I've been trying to track down for a while. This is the amiibo collecting hunt down equivalent of board game world right now.
Okay.
Is trying to track down this game because it got really popular, and then they, you know, board game makers they only make a small amount, and then because it's too big a risk to make too many. But this game is kind of weird. It's they actually do look like amiibos. They're four different characters, and they're mascots that you would see like at a baseball game. There's a hot dog, there's a fish, there's a bear, and a queen. And there is a roll in the box that you pull out, and it's a track. It's a racetrack for these mascots to go down. So you're basically playing with the box. It's kind of crazy that the whole game rolls up into it.
Okay.
Um, and what the game is it's the mascot race. So you line them up, and there's a deck of cards that get randomized as you shuffle them. You pull out some, you put some back in, and it tells you which guys are moving, how many spaces. Sometimes they swerve into other lanes, sometimes they turn around, they fall down. And everybody at the table is basically, before the round starts, placing their bets. So you draft different bets on who's going to make it to the end. So at the beginning of the game, you get to see what's in the deck. So you kind of have some semblance of like, odds are that this person's probably going to make it there, right? If everything goes, but that never, it doesn't always turn around that way. But over the course of the game, each player has a couple cards that they swap in and out of the deck. So you have some control over what's in the deck.
Sure.
So then you have some knowledge of what you can bet on going forward. But it's just a great time, especially with kids, where you're just like, you're just yelling. You're just like, go hot dog, go, you know, like, and just getting pissed off that he falls down or turns around and just falls off the board.
Sure.
So it's a really simple game, but it's a lot of hectic fun.
Sounds like one for like audience participation too. Everyone could place some money down on the table. If your
Yep,
mascots
yep,
get in there.
yep.
Pretty quick
I,
rounds.
oh yeah, I think the whole game. I think it's 3 rounds, and you could probably finish it in 20 minutes.
Okay.
So it's pretty quick, and yeah, it's not in depth or any type of that type of game. It's just for crazy fun, you know.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Where'd you end up finding it at then? Online?
One of the board game store kind of nearby posted on their Facebook that they got a few in,
Nice.
so we raced over there and got one. And yeah, they were. I think we might have had the last one. I don't know.
Wow. Sounds like a fun one.
Yeah, kind of weird though that that's the thing. It's overall like that seems like such an antiquated type of game
Sure.
where just like roll the dice and go someplace. It's almost like Candyland, but on steroids a little bit. But
Yeah, sometimes those are the best games though, right? Like
yep,
you don't need to learn a whole rule set. You can just get it and have fun.
yep,
Now it sounds like they need to do like some licensing deals and they could actually have like Amiibo and like other
yep,
properties where you're like, because I mean that seems like the next evolution, right? Is like acquire a license and then like that's the version you want, like Marvel.
yep. Oh boy, my 3D. I'm getting ideas with my 3D printer
Oh,
now.
there you go. You probably have enough other board games in your house, so you could just like grab any set of like uh, weird figures and make up your own cards. And
Yeah,
I did see like
but that one
a maker
that
thing
one
where
would
like
be
somebody's
fun.
designing like just like a build your own deck thing, so like prints like really nice cards so you can make up games and stuff.
Yep.
Kind of cool.
No, that's a good idea. I might have to try that. Use my amiibo for something.
Yeah, I mean they're just collecting dust, right?
Yep.
Mine's not nearly as interesting. I just finished watching last night, I think, that new Dan Levy show on Netflix, Big Mistakes. So it's like one season, 8 episodes. Um, if you like his style of writing and you like Schitt's Creek, this is just kind of more of that. I think it's got, is it Lori Metcalf? Is that her name from Roseanne?
Oh, really?
She
Okay.
plays his mom in that. She does a great job. Kind of the same Jackie character where she's just sort of that unhinged, like self-centered type role, which she pulled off well. Yeah, it's a really good show though. Really funny. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and like the name says, it's just all like a downfall of like one dumb decision that gets people into bad situations that continue to evolve and get worse and worse and worse. So yeah, it's pretty great, and it wrapped up really cool. Kind of predictable, but it was fun.
Does he play a much different character that it was hard to overcome? Not being
Um,
David?
nah, because he instead of being the rich gay son, he's now like the um gay minister. So it's not that much of a difference other than like he runs a church. So,
Okay.
but he
Huh.
plays kind of the same. He doesn't have as much of that sarcasm either. He's more like, I'd say he's almost more grounded in this one and less of a cartoonish character.
Okay.
But
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, pretty good supporting cast too. And it's a lot darker than Schitt's Creek, obviously. But I highly recommend giving it a watch. It's very good.
What is that on?
Netflix.
Okay.
So, gotta get your $30 worth a month somehow, right?
Yeah. Is that crazy?
It's a little ridiculous. Who's paying for the premium version at that point?
Yeah.
I'll stick with
And
my
I saw
ads for 10.
Amazon Prime is like cutting their 4K streaming now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like you can get it, but you have to do it with like an upgrade.
Yep.
Jeez.
So a thing that was supposed to be like, oh, this is a bonus because you actually pay for Prime is
Right.
now
Now they need more money out of it.
hmm
And I've just never done the Prime thing because like there's very few times where like you must have Prime to get the deal. So it's like I'll just always spend $35 and get free shipping and works out.
Yeah. I should. I mean, they count on assholes like me that don't, you know,
Use it
do
every
that
month.
math. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get all your auto toilet paper and toothbrushes and stuff just coming to you.
I do get my monster, and that poor guy comes a lot. So,
Keeping him busy, huh?
yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that gets us to the weekend rental. So the weekend rental, of course, if you're new to the show, what we do is we play a game for a given system. Andy and I will give it some time, give our opinions as whether we would buy, rent, or burn the game. We're going back to the good old Nintendo Entertainment System on this one, and we are talking about Adventure of Lolo, which is a HAL game, puzzle platformer. One of the few games that has a really kick-ass intro on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that little animation thing. And then you're dropped into a top-down single-screen puzzle game where you're trying to reach the exit, and you're playing as Lolo, who's trying to rescue Lala, his girlfriend. I don't know what you guys are, like marbles with feet and eyes. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be.
Kirby prototypes, I think.
Yeah, essentially. Not overly stunning in the actual game visuals once you get past the opening. And it's very much a learn the mechanics as you run into them sort of game. And then they just start stacking things on top of each other very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah.
Yeah. And that was my memory of this game as a kid and why I kind of always fell off of it. Because it gets aggressively difficult and there's very little margin for error. Playing it on Nintendo Switch Online, a good amount of that is negated because you can just rewind. But I remember trying to get into this thing and progress on original hardware, and you got to get good at memorizing a lot of different level layouts to get anywhere good. Because you only get 5 lives or like 3 lives, and you can build up. I guess I don't know how many to start with.
I remember playing this as a kid. I must have rented it at some point, and I loved the idea of it. Like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I played many games like that. There's a few on PC that are kind of this type of go over here, do this, you know. Obviously box pushing stuff has been around for a long time and there's some of that in here, but yeah, I guess I didn't remember how crazy difficult it got real quick. And some of it is really weird because it's the part of the layout is you have to do certain things, collect all the things, and then the door opens up, or the treasure chest opens up, you get that, and then the door can open up and you go, right? That's usually the layout of it. And very quickly you get monsters that will chase you. Some right away, some of them as soon as you get all the items. So a lot of the puzzle at that point becomes, how do I strategically get this piece
and plot your
while
escape.
the other people do not have enough time to reach you?
Yeah.
Which is weird to me, because that's not something you would think of right away. Like when you're logically thinking about this, you're like, well, okay, I'm just focused on doing the puzzle so I get all the items, and then you get the last item and then you're just screwed because the guys are right there. There's no way to get away from them.
And it does it in such a mean way. Like, you have no idea that these sentient objects that they've introduced in a previous level are now going to start waking up, or the fact that they start you off in the introductory level with enemies that can't kill you. So you're like, oh, everything's friendly. Like, and then like everything becomes like a hell demon that just wants to destroy you after that. Yeah, and you know it's like a balls hard game when like it's just got a dedicated kill yourself button. Like,
yeah. Well, there's I think there's plenty of ways that you could screw yourself and you couldn't. I mean, get behind blocks and stuff like that. So there's a lot of that. I think the biggest sin in this game is they don't have a grid to what you expect. So you're constantly having blocks like halfway, like a couple pixels past a hole that you needed to push it through or something like that. If they would have just fixed that, I think a lot of the problems in this game maybe would have been fixed, but it was constantly, for me, especially when things were chasing you and trying to get away from things, getting caught on these little nubs it was just...
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how many times I was like trying to get to the chest that is like wedged between like 2 rocks, and I just didn't have it pixel perfect enough to like hit it before I got by an enemy. I also hate how they choose to have enemies kill you with projectile weapons but don't allow you to move out of the way. It's like if you walk into the line of fire, even if you're across the screen and clearly could have just kept going, like it just stops you and you're insta dead.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, I
He
get
just
it from,
stays there and he's like, oh shit.
yeah, which makes sense from like a puzzle mechanic standpoint, but it's also stupid in a video game standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's no tutorial on any of this stuff either. So, I mean, the 5 lives thing, like,
Brutal.
there was no way you were just going to die to the first few things to be like, oh, that's what that thing does. So I guess, but, you know,
Yep, start back from the beginning. Yeah. And this game does have battery backup on the cartridge, I believe. One of the earlier games had that I remember as a kid outside of Zelda. But yeah, it didn't make it any easier. Yeah, and I was quickly reminded why I've never been able to like connect with this because like I've tried, and yeah, like I'm the same as you. Like I love what they're trying here. It just quickly becomes more frustrating than fun, and then you get to a level where like I could not I could not figure out what I needed to do for the life of me. Many attempts, trying different things, and I was just like, I'm done because it's only going to get worse from here. So I think I made it up 4 flights or something, like level, like, because you do like so many rooms, then a stairwell comes in, you go to the next level of this castle.
yep.
And I didn't get very far. I think I got to 4 was where I was done.
Oh, I don't know if I even made it that far because, yeah, it was. There was one level where the rhino was just
Oh, he's a bastard.
impossible to get by in some
Yeah.
ways. And it was just like, this is all I'm doing is rewinding just so I can get a pixel perfect movement tech, to get
Right.
over here. And it's like, this is not fun.
Well, and then like too, like because you're always collecting, you have to collect all the heart tiles to open the chest, get the chest to open the door. But then like the way it introduces like specific tools and mechanics that you can only in some cases use once, by the way. So you don't know what they do until you do it. But there's just like no inkling that is going to come after you hit 3 of the 4 tiles. It is just like the most unexplained video gamey shit ever.
Yeah. Because, yeah, like some of them are required
Yeah.
to beat the level, right? Like, I mean, it was expected to be like, okay, you got the power up and you need to use it on this specific tile.
Yes.
And you didn't do it.
Nope, and then you're fucked. Yeah, and like
Yeah.
you can kill enemies, but they give you like I don't know if you can collect more than 2 projectiles. I don't know if I ever did. Maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that took me a while too to figure that out
Yeah,
on that one level because I would shoot the snake and I would be like, well, I can't move the snake in the egg anywhere.
yeah.
Did not figure out that you could
Shoot him again,
2 times
but then you're out
and
of
kill him.
you're spent. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
yeah, and then the fact that some of those enemies just respawn anyway, like the armadillo rhino thing. Like you
Hmm.
can throw him off the screen, but he's coming back in 10 seconds. So I will say maybe the one thing they did that was smart with this is like they didn't give you a timer, right? Like you've got all the time in the
Yeah.
world to try and suss this thing out, but it quickly becomes not fun. It reminds me a lot of in the way it ramps up to Baba Is You, where like you have some moments early on where you're like enjoying it and you're starting to feel like a genius, and then you hate your life and you don't want to ever touch the game again.
I do. I want to play that game. I've never played that game. I think I
Uh,
would like that one, but maybe, yeah, maybe not. I the that like that one just seems like it's more of like a rack your brain puzzle thing, right? There's not like
Yeah.
a, oh my gosh, there's some weird technical movement that you have to do.
Yeah, I can't remember where I fell off pretty early on in that because it did start to get just insane.
Yeah.
But, and that's kind of how I feel like the ramp up is in comparison with this is like it just gets so obtuse and like and people are probably like listening to us talking about like what morons we are and how easily they just like breeze through these, but it is not my game, and it becomes pretty quickly apparent, I think, if you've sunk more than 30 minutes into this thing, that difficulty ramp up is unreal.
Yeah. I don't think anybody could just play this off the bat and feel like, oh, this is an easy game, or, have any type of, because it really is
Trial and error.
trial and error, and then even then some of the things are like you got to hit it perfect,
Yeah.
which is crazy in a game that you say this is a puzzle game.
Right. Yeah, because like man, that I mean the the chase enemies, the ones that like come at you when you trigger them, like they are like 1.5 your speed. So you
Yeah.
are literally like you have to know exactly where you need to be and where do you need to be at, or it's game
Yeah,
over.
you can't carelessly pick up the hearts. You
Yeah,
have to leave one strategically to be far enough away from those guys most of the time.
yeah,
It's it's weird. And I feel terrible because I don't know how many times that, I have a system on with all the NES ROMs on. The kids are looking at things. I'm like, "Oh, try this one." Because it's under A, it's right at the top of the list,
yeah.
Adventures of Lolo. It's a HAL game. Must be easy because it's a Kirby look-alike type thing. I remember it was just a puzzle game. You'll have fun at this.
Yep.
Had
And
no
our dad
idea. I
hates
completely
us.
forgot.
And this got did this get two sequels? Is
Yeah,
there three? Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know which I have in my collection. Maybe one and two. I think the other ones are expensive though, right? Like
Three is.
three is
I
at
think.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This is definitely somebody's game, but I don't think it's my game. And my
I think
memory
if
served me
they,
correctly on it.
yeah, if they got rid of the chase enemies and they made it grid based, where it was, I mean, you can't have box pushing puzzles that aren't on a grid.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's a little broken in that way. So what do you think you would give it then on the Byron Burn scale?
I have to give it a burn because it fails at what it's trying to do. I think. Um, I th- there was enough blueprints around for these type of puzzle games, especially on computers,
Sure.
that they could have pulled it off a little bit better on the NES. I think. I don't know. I can't really name many that are like this. So either can you? I can't off the top of my head. I mean, there's our
Like
box
Solomon's
pushing.
Key is kind of similar
Yeah,
in spirit, I guess. It's not the same gameplay.
yeah.
But yeah, not a lot on the NES. Um I'll be a little more generous and give it a rent just cuz I think for the right person this is going to click. Like there's something
Mm,
there, but like it's never been for me for sure. It should be
I am that
experienced.
person, and I don't think I think they failed at it. Yeah,
Going hard at this one, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder like if anything changed much because I don't think I've played any of the sequels. Like I would imagine they probably just kept the same base gameplay but added new elements.
Yeah,
And
if I had more time, I was gonna look at those too. Yeah, because I was curious about that as well.
yeah, yeah. Well, one of them don't you just play as Lola or Lala? So like,
Hmm.
which I assume would just be a palette swap, and you're doing the same shit. So yeah, I don't know. I growing up, I had a friend whose mom loved this game, like to the point where like we weren't allowed to put it in the NES because she didn't want
Mm.
us to accidentally like erase the save files. So like, never really got to play it. Like I saw it in action, but back then anyway. I've played it since, but yeah, I don't know. It's a little rough around the edges. Hell's got better stuff on the NES.
Yeah, yeah. How do you go from this to Kirby? That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not my favorite Hell game,
No.
but I suppose.
Well, that is another one in the books. Um, you can tell us why we're wrong, I guess, if you are this person that loves Lolo,
Yes.
ready to die on that hill.
Tell us how much easier it is than you make it out to be. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be great at this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's speedrunners and stuff like that, but once you once you get the movement down, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um, but you could tell us why we're wrong at weekendrentalpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you check out the Geekade Patreon as well. We have a movie podcast on there, as well as some even great other podcasts on there. Um, but I think that's going to do it. So, till next time, be kind, rewind.